provide sanctuary money and political cover, true and lasting peace will remain fragile. I stand before you as an Iranian and on behalf of Iran, a patriotic and nationalism organization here and constitutional organization here in Melbourne and Australia. Not a politician and not as a representative of any government or party, but as someone whose people have also suffered. I say plainly, the Islamic Republic regime in Iran has long supported extremist groups like Hamas. As long as that support continues, the danger will persist. Extremism does not grow in isolation. It grows when it is funded, protected, and turned into political tools. At the same time, I must be clear, the people of Iran are not the regime. So Islamic Republic regime in Iran is different with Iranian. Millions of Iranians, like me and like us, want nothing to do with hatred or violence. We are not on the side of terror. We are often its first victims. We live under fear, repression, and a system that doesn't speak for us. Human rights group reports that thousands of Iranians have been arrested, hundreds sentenced, and that more than 1,500 has been executed in just this year. 1,500 people has been executed just this year by regime. And these are not just statics. Their lives stolen, families shattered. But today, there is also hope. Iranian is awakening. The voices of freedom are growing louder. And we are inspired by the only leader of this movement, Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, who reminds us the constitutionalism, liberty, and human dignity are not distant dreams, but achievable futures. Amen. I'm inspired by initiatives like Cyrus Accord, a vision for future cooperation between Iran and Israel, which show that diplomacy, dialogue, and courage can transform even long-standing enemy into opportunity. These signals reminds us that Iran's revolution is not only a struggle against oppression, but a pathway toward constructive engagement with the world. So today, our heart is with every family who waited, every parent who prayed, and every person who still believes that love is stronger than terror. Words cannot erase pain, but today there is a light. There is a moment to breathe, a moment to believe that freedom is possible. We need decisive political pressure on those who fund and protect terror, but to protect civilians everywhere, anywhere. The minimum we can ask for the Australian government is to put officially and consider the IRGC as a terrorist organization. And to act to deny extremist support and save heaven. I dream of a day when not only hostages are free, not only Iranians are free, but entire nations are free from fear, oppression, and terror. And day when people in Israel, Iran, and across the region can live side by side in safety and dignity. Hope is not naive, it's a force. It is what dictator and extremists truly fear. Today, that hope burns brighter because Iran's revolution is coming. Because voices of freedom are rising, and because vision like Cyrus Accord illuminates, future built on liberty, dialogue, and human dignity. I'm proud to say I'm Iranian, and I stand with humanity. I stand with freedom on behalf of Iranian people here and my friends and all allies. I stand with peace, and I stand with Israel in defending the innocent and the future we all deserve. We will not be silenced. The revolution is coming and freedom cannot be stopped. Iran will be free. We stand, we resist, we rise for Israel, for Iran, and for humanity. Thank you.
Great job, thank you. Amazing. And that's why we do all this. So guys, we're just going to take a short break. We're going to play a little song and then we'll be back with more.
Yeah, sure. You want to stop? Okay. There you go.
But let me tell you, when we do things like this, we don't forget that it's not about us up here. It's about you guys down there. And unlike every other movement that gets people out there to do things, we're going to give you guys a chance to speak. Because a lot of you have a lot of important things to say. And it's been held inside for too long. Well, right now, you don't have to. You can come up here, give a sub 2-minute speech. You are amongst friends and allies. You can get those words out. So I just want to scan the crowd. Hands up, who wants to come up and have something to say? All right, right up front, we'll start with that.
I've just been given a time not to speak longer than 2 minutes. What is the difference between the time of the Holocaust and the time now? During the Holocaust, Jews had no one to protect them. Jews were weak. Jews hid. Jews were afraid. But now, we have Israel behind us. And all of us have the opportunity to stand here proudly, as I am standing here today, shoulder to shoulder with my sons that have been brought up to respect and to be proud of who they are. We are the Jews, and we are here to stay. And it's all thanks to the Israeli army, to the IDF, that sacrificed their lives for our right to exist, for our children to walk the streets wearing the Jewish symbols, that my grandson can walk around Melbourne and wear his kippah and not be afraid, and to say proudly who he is. So I'm speaking here today to all of you. Stand tall. Stand proud, be proud of who you are, and fight for what you believe, because we all have to believe that the good will win over evil. And Am Israel Chai.
All right, and the next one of our speakers is actually going to be one of the people who's been silently protecting everybody here. Let's welcome up to the stage, Dave. Here, because there's feedback. All right.
Okay, thank you very much. I just wanted to say a quick message. Firstly, thank you very much to the founders of this wonderful movement for giving us all the opportunity. I honestly believe this is a gift from God, and it's a wonderful opportunity to do something on the other side of the world for a conflict that we really hold very dear. And I wanted to say something also. I want to specifically address this to the Jewish people. And yes, we have a lot of non-Jewish friends, and we love you and we appreciate you, and we're very grateful for you. But I think that everybody needs to ask within themselves, what is it that this fight is all about? And I think even Charlie Kirk said that it was a spiritual battle. And ultimately, what we really need to do is Jews need to be Jews, right? And some of our wonderful Christian supporters, I'm not going to mention any names because Vanessa. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Because if you think I'm being silent over there on the side, the silence that she does, but the incredible lines, raw and impact that she has is remarkable. So they say to me, listen, what is this all about? I don't understand. And ultimately, like in every generation, we say, V'hi she'amda lavoteinu levananu, shelo echad bilvad amar aleinu lechaloteinu v'kadosh baruch hu matzilenu miyadam. So that in every generation they rise up against us. This is just our turn. And I think that, like, we do want God to come and save us, because if we look at who we're up against, there's a lot of them, but they're truly filth. Right? So, like, it's a bit of fun, you know, coming on an occasional Sunday and staring them down and seeing some fear into the depths of their pathetic individual souls. So I like that. And I also note the police, and, you know, this might not be politically correct, but I think that stopped about 2 years ago. They're really just scenery, right? They're scenery. They don't matter, right? I've seen that they've actually moved us on. Right, I'm actually surprised when I saw so many of them here. I thought that was what was going to happen again. But ultimately, what's the message? The message is Jews need to do Jews. And I'll say the Lubavitcher Rebbe said, men put on tefillin, women light Shabbos candles, and just make those positive little differences, and that will make the win at the end of the day. Because again, that filth is not important. It's just to get you to pay attention as to who you are.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you very much. All right, who's next? Everyone put your hands together for Galina.
Hello all. I'm from Ukraine. I escaped in an Australian Jewish community in 2022. Thank you so much. Because all our community are well organized, especially I joined an organization which called Shalom. So it's so nice to have so friendly people like you near me. I escaped, and now I have connection with Melbourne Uni. I'm lecturing about how war in Ukraine affected all world.
Yeah, well done.
I became English speaking only 3 years ago. So I'm sorry. Now I can speak Russian, Ukrainian, and English. And I write my articles about war in Ukraine. And I know that all my friends in Ukrainian university, I have many friends, they supported Israel. They thinking only about Ukraine will be the same as Israel. And their dream to be courage like Jewish. So 2 days ago, big residential house near my home in Ukraine was shooted, ruined, and I understand how it had to left my home. It's so, I become to cry. So thank you all to having me, and peace to Israel and to Ukraine.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The next person I'd like to come up here to say a few words is our good friend Gary.
You're like,
To hold this.
No.
what to you? No.
Okay, it's a little bit of scenery I brought with. I was thinking to change that sign today. Oh, more further right. Yeah, I was thinking of changing that sign today, but unfortunately nothing in Australia has changed. So I go with it to every one of these protests, because unfortunately we have a government that is dangerously, he's not weak. He's not a weak Prime Minister. He's dangerous. He's a risk to the Australian population, to Australia as a nation. He has completely turned us around from what we used to be. We had allies. we had Israel, we had America, we had all the islands, we had Papua New Guinea. They don't want to sign anything with him anymore. They don't want anything to do with him. I wonder why. Him and his Foreign Minister Penny Wrong. I mean, seriously, Elba Sleazy and Penny Wrong. Are you serious? We vote for these people? I doubt it. We have to get rid of the corruption in our voting system, the corruption in our parliament and in Australia in general. We have to get rid of it because that's what's killing us. It's not just about Israel. It's the whole world that's got this happening. I hope he's as successful as the French Prime Minister was, because now he's gone. He got back in, and in a couple of months, he's finished. It comes back to bite him in the end. And I hope that this guy will receive the same reward, because him and his ministers don't deserve to be here. They're treacherous and they're traitorous. We never had such a government all my life like this here. And we have now a protest going at the same time, but it's not a rally like this. It's a protest. Why? Because even though we're declaring peace, they don't trust us. Can you believe that? That's what they said in the media. They don't trust Israel and America. Seriously. But they do trust Hamas. Who has ever trusted a terrorist? Who has ever declared a terrorist nation? How can you possibly go down that street? They're obviously not about peace. They're not about peace at all. And it's nothing to do with anti-Zionism, because every Jew's a Zionist. Even non-Jews, the Iranians, the Christians, all of you. We all believe in a democracy. And this country was one. And we need to make it one again. For our sakes, for the police forces here. They've got no money to pay these guys. Why? Because they're too busy all over in those protests every damn Sunday. And every other day they decide to cross a bridge or do whatever they're doing. That's where all the funding's going. That's where it's wasted. Penny Wong, she loves UNRWA. She gives our hard-earned money, your tax money, to UNRWA, which was already established over and over and over for years, is just a state-run political arm of Hamas and Iran and Qatar. They're all paid. We need to get rid of all of them. No, Iran has a government that's corrupt, not the people. The people who've stood up against that government have died. They've been killed. They've been slaughtered. We need to get rid of the regime, exactly. And every other regime in the world that is like that. And good on Trump. I don't care if you ladies or anybody else don't like him. For whatever he is, he might be up himself, he might have wanted the Peace Award, but guess what? Let him have it. Because he's the only one who's stood up. He's kept the embassy in Jerusalem, as he put it there in his first reign, and he's kept it there, and he will continue to. Australia hasn't got the balls to do that. They won't, because we've got this government. So I suggest in the next vote, even before the next vote, we need a revolt. We need truly a revolt in this country against our government, because they're traitorous and they're treacherous, and we need to keep our country safe. We need to get rid of them and bring in somebody who you can trust.
Thank you, Gary. Wonderful words. Don't forget, Gary. Are there any other people in our fine crowd that would like to make a speech? All right.
Stay for 2 seconds.
Right here.
Wait, behind you, man. Behind you. You talk.
Yeah, all good, guys. Just a quick shout out. You can have all your opinions you want on Vic Pol, but we know they are here protecting us. We are still be proud that we are in a country where, even though we are in the minority, we are given a voice and we are allowed to be here safely speaking it. Even our opposition who are marching, they have the right to be out there, maybe not every bloody Sunday, but they have the right to voice their opinion, and we should be thankful we still live in a country. We are all proud to say that, because I can tell you what, in Gaza, in the West Bank, in Iran, you certainly will not be doing any of this. So, thank you to Vic Pol. We know Sometimes we have our differences, but we know you guys just follow your orders from the above, and we don't blame you. We blame the government for some of the messages that are given to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Wise and true words. And so our next speaker here is Carolyn. Just wait from the speakers here.
Sure. Thank you. As a Christian, I've been somebody who's spent a lot of time with Muslims, and I have been absolutely mortified to hear their doctrine. I've done a lot of research on their doctrine, about 140 verses about murdering every one of us, not just Jews. And I used to teach English to a lot of Muslim women who had come out as refugees to Australia from horrible places, and they were so excited about getting residency. Last year, I saw those same women on Facebook at the pro-Palestinian marches, and I was so angry about how they could want to be in such a wonderful country and yet want all of us dead. We have to all stand together, and most of all we have to pray, because without prayer we can't win this. Think about how many of them will be down there today screaming for hate Australia, death to Australia, death to America, death to all Jews, death to all Christians. We all need to get together and pray, and because God can make the walls of Jericho fall, God can split the seas, God can get rid of all this evil and help every single one of us to live in the lucky country that this used to be. God bless you.
Amen.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful words. The next speaker I'm going to get up here on the stage has come out with us just about every single time. Please put your hands together for the fantastic Anne.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming out today. I know you all got better things to do, so I'll make it nice and quick and brief. I saw on Piers Morgan Nasra, the leader of the Palestinian advocacy movement, call October 7th a resistance. I'm sorry, but I've watched what happened on October 7th. I'd recommend checking out Red Alert. Women and children, families being terrified in their own homes because terrorists was right outside their homes. I saw partygoers from the music festival dazed and confused. I saw terrorists open fire indiscriminately. People were terrified and horrified of what happened. But I also saw bravery. I saw the brave IDF soldier walk into the fire of gunfire. Their courage is second to none. And to call October 7th the worst attack in history since the Holocaust a resistance movement, when over 1,200 Israelis were either killed, raped, or kidnapped, is disgusting. Now, on the good news, I heard that the war is going to be over because Trump signed a 20-step peace deal. So, hallelujah. I'm glad the war is coming to an end. I'm glad the hostages are returning home. And I'm glad that the extremism is ending soon. Finally, after 2 years of war, we can finally see the end of, this is finally seeing the end of the tunnel. We don't want dead babies. We don't want dead children. We don't want people dying. That is the worst thing in history. So, pray for peace. Pray for truth. And I'm Israel Kai.
Thank you, and fantastic words. All right, anyone who still wants to speak, I see one over here, one over there. All right, we got 1, 2. Everyone, please put your hands together for Jessica.
So I am going to make this nice and brief as well. As a Vietnamese Australian, enough is enough. Hatred is overrated. It must end now. And I am relieved for Trump signing the deal. And we're looking forward for the war to end, and the nonsense will soon die. And we need a proper education back. Especially our children children, they don't deserve to know the divisive nonsense. So, as simple, learn the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. And shame on the Hollywood celebrities, including Susan Sarandon and Mark Ruffalo. They instead shown ingratitude and they shown sheer desperation for Israel and Jews to be washed away, in which it won't happen. And you don't have to be Jewish or Israeli to stand up for Israel and the Jews. We shall stand tall and unify to make Australia great again. And the Western culture to be restored and rationality. Thank you.
Thank you. That was absolutely fantastic.
Hey guys, so I'm just letting you know what's happening because everybody's hanging around and we're hearing some amazing people get to have their say, which is very important. We care about every single person. We want them all to be able to have their say after 2 years. 2 years of being silenced, being shut down, being timid, being weak. We want everyone to have their say. But we want to let you know what we're planning now. Our beautiful city, Melbourne, has been overrun every single week. I believe we're up to now 102 of these filth protests that have overtaken our nation and our city. So what we want to do is have a little walk. Go for a nice little pleasure stroll. All the way down to another Australian icon. Because one icon's great, two is even better. So we're going to go for a little walk down to the State Library to say, this is for everyone. This is another Aussie icon that is not and should never be allowed to be taken over by one group solely for their purpose, and especially when it comes to spreading terror and fear. So we're going to have a little walk down there. For now, we're tentatively looking at 1:30. So we're just going to space out a little bit of time in between then. If anybody else has something to say, or we'll put a bit of music on, and we're just figuring out the exact route that we're taking.
Thank you, Yakov. So let's invite Brad up to the stage. I know we all heard him during other people talking, but when we give him the mic, let's see what happens.
Yes, you must do that because it's really easy to yell out things when you're down there and then suddenly Isaac says, you can speak as well. I think I've got nothing to say. But what I will tell you is I'm not Jewish, I'm not Israeli, I'm not Christian. What I am is something very unpopular in certain parts of this government, is I'm a straight, white, heterosexual male and a father. And, you know, what it is, in my opinion, is how the hell did we get here? And I hear people like Nick say it's because of we get away from Judeo-Christian values, and I think you're right. I mean, I am also not a Christian, I'm an atheist, but I respect the rich tradition we have in Christianity, the words of Jesus himself. I know David is another one of my favourite people in the Bible. There are some other ones I don't like Abraham.
God
but
bless
anyhow,
you. God bless you.
Sorry, God loves me.
God bless you.
Thank you. Look, there was this guy called Karl Marx, and he decided to divide us all up. He said there's the proletariat and there's the bourgeois. And then we had 100 years of communism and it didn't work. They all fought one another, they put people in gulags, they couldn't run their economies. The Berlin Wall fell in the 1989 and we all thought that was the end of Marxism, but it wasn't. Because what did they do? They replaced the bourgeois with the Jews. They replaced the proletariat with the Muslims. They replaced it with men versus women, white versus black. You know, they even want to bring up things that no one alive is involved with. Put up your hands if you were alive at the time that the Europeans took over Melbourne. No one's here. It's got nothing to do with any of us. We're all the same. And that's what's happening in our schools and our things like that as well. So I'd like to say this is the first, last year was the first year I ever decided, you know what, I want to fly an Australian flag. And it was at a Never Again Is Now rally here. And I thought, well, I'm sick of watching, these transgender flags coming into my house with, Amazon. And I'm thinking, well, is that really good for my kids, really? And, I'm here, and I'm not here with my wife, I'm not here with my kids. So, this sort of schism is in my household. And I felt, when I met Isaac and some other people down at a shul in Caulfield, I thought, you guys don't understand. You don't understand how it's in my house. You know what some of them said? They said, no, it's in our house too. Because there are Jews who are pro-Hamas, who don't have the guts to realise that, free Palestine. Well, Palestine was to some extent free. There were no Israeli troops in Gaza in October 6th. They had their own administration. When they say free Palestine, they're just saying, let's try and do what we did that didn't work. You know what I mean? And what has worked in history? Well, we know what happened. There was another great tragedy for the Jewish people. It was World War II. And, it happened to us too because, people forget Papua New Guinea was part of Australia. Japan invaded Australia. We invaded Japan. And you know what? I speak Japanese. My kids grew up on manga because we got over it. Because this is what the Western society is all about. Don't let them divide us. Don't let us divide us on our race, our gender. We're all a bit different. We have different ideas. And that's one of the great things that the Judeo-Christian values we have. When they say, thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Some of the consequences in history has been that you don't get out on the street and say, well, I'm for this God and you're for that God, Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's wife was really about, enabling us, the men, to work together because we're not all fighting one another to have three wives, Thou shalt not steal. I mean, in Judaism and in Christianity, property rights are a command from God. How different is that to Marxism? We should learn to love what we have and we need to keep it before it all disappears because it's disappearing in our lifetime. So thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Brad. So people who do want to keep speaking, keep your hands up. We do have two more at the very least, so just make yourself be known. The next person I'd like to bring up here to the stage is a warrior if there ever was one. And let me tell you, she comes out every week, even when we don't. So everyone, please put your hands together for Luba.
Morning. Hello. 2 weeks ago, I decided to come to this Imperial Hotel with an Australian flag. It took me 5 hours to find one. In Southland, they were shocked that I wanted to buy an Australian flag in Australia, not on Australian Day. So I came here, I walked all the way up the stairs to the Imperial Hotel level 4. And I asked the manager if I can hang the flag up so people could see it who come to parade with Palestinian flags. And what was I told? From terrorists, sweetheart! From terrorists!
Run away, you coward!
So the management told me you cannot display Australian flag here because there are some people with a different political view. Here we go. My child has to go to Melbourne University twice a week. after school because she's chosen to do one subject at uni while she's doing year 12. So she carries her uni bag and her school bag from Flinders Street Station to Melbourne Uni by foot because there are no trams on Mondays, on Thursdays. Because the Palestinians come here to yell on our streets, to stop our children from learning, to make it hard for everyone, just because they can. Enough is enough. Free my city. Let our children study safely.
Thank you very much, Luba. Powerful words, and it's not right that a young girl should be harassed simply when she tries to go and learn. So we have another speaker up here. His name is Tommy. Please put your hands together for him.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tommy. I come from Spice Island in the north of Darwin. So we are part of the Pacific Island. So in my country, in my island, we have Jewish up there. So I'm a representative of them to talk about, yes, their voice, so I can talk now. So we support Jew and Israel in our country. So including West Papua, Papua New Guinea, Nauru, Marshall Island. We are in the Pacific Island, including now Fiji. So we support you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Beautiful words. Thank you so much for your support. All right. It's an amazing thing when you let people speak, all of a sudden you hear things that we'd like to know. So the next speaker, please put your hands together for Maddie.
Hey everybody, I rocked up a little bit late today. My name's Matty, but it's still good to see everybody out here. Good to see the Australian flag, the Jewish flag, Israeli flag. Got the Persian lion. We've got people from all over the world here, even though we're a small crowd. A couple of things that have been said already. Obviously, Marxism sucks, and what I really couldn't get my head around with that group of people in the city is, how do you get radical left Marxists and Islamists together? How do you get radical left Marxists and Islamists together? I couldn't get my head around it. Well, I mean, you've always got to have a victim and a victimizer. And if you look at both of those political persuasions, which is more or less what Islam is, it's a social and political system, there's always people that have to be the victim and the victimizer. And even when they commit the worst atrocities, they're still the victim. And I think at the end of the day, we've got these people in here to blame. The people that are really to blame for this, I don't actually blame Arabs and Muslims and people from the Middle East, because we all know what they already believe. We know what they believe. They tell us what they believe. What I have a problem with, and what's getting worse and worse, and I see it every weekend out here, for one reason I don't come a lot of the time, is because I'm just sickened with what's happening on the streets of Melbourne and the streets of Australia, of useful idiots that'll be the first ones to go when the violence really takes over. And these people in here are to blame. Jacinda Allen is to blame. Anthony Albanese is to blame. Penny Wong is to blame. What's that idiot that has the Western Sydney electorate? What's his name? Tony Burke. Tony Burke is to blame. I mean, come on, guys. We're letting in 3,000 people from Gaza that haven't been checked. They're bringing back ISIS brides. People are burning down synagogues. What is actually going on in this country? And I'm probably one out of all of my friends. I'm a very outspoken person. I always have been. But we're a silent majority. The reality is that there's 25 million of us and maybe 1 million of them. Like, let's be honest, we outnumber them 20-1. And the more often we can get people out here on the streets every weekend, even if there's just a few of us. I want to point out the guys from the Lions of Zion as well, who are doing an amazing job on Instagram, and then also a handful of other influencers that are out there. people that are starting to get followings in the hundreds of thousands that are starting to push back against this radical left fucking lunacy, because that's what it is. And even saying it's so good to see the Persian line here. I mean, how good seeing the actual real flag of Iran and not the Islamic flag of Iran. Let's be honest. So, guys, I just want you to know that particularly the Jewish community, you know, like I was at the August protest on the 31st. I was walking through the city by myself and I was being called a Nazi. I'm like, excuse me, my family went to World War II to fight and kill Nazis. So don't ever call me a Nazi in my own country. Don't call me a fascist. The only people that are fascist are these idiots on the other side of the city. That's fascism. Stopping people from talking, wearing face masks, assaulting old women, spitting in women's faces, that's not freedom. And these people are not fighting for freedom. So, you know, if you really want to make a difference, this is where we have to make a difference. We need to get more and more people against these fucking idiots that are in here, especially Jacinta Allen and Albo Akbar, or whatever you want to call him. I mean, these are the real these are the enemies of Australia. And we're seeing the pushback now in the UK. The UK is about to light up. We all know what's going on over there with grooming and rape gangs, and we all know what it's from. We all know the community that you're not allowed to speak of because you'll upset them and they'll get angry and they'll kill people. That's why you can't talk about them. So, you know, we need to actually start making a difference at the voting ballot and being out on the streets and pushing back. So if we're going to march down there today, don't be afraid to go down there. That's what they want. They actually want us to be scared to go down there. You know why? Because they're violent. I'm not scared of them, and you guys shouldn't be either. This is Australia. This isn't Palestine. This isn't the Middle East. This isn't anyone. This isn't France. They wouldn't be allowed to do that over there. There isn't one country in the Middle East where they're pro-Palestine protesters. So, guys, just keep standing up for each other. We've got to stick together. Got to thank Victoria Police as well, just dealing with these assholes every single weekend. I mean, they're probably happy because they're all getting the overtime, but there's other things to do, you know. Crime is rife in this city and we need to do something about it. So thank you very much, everybody. God bless.
Thank you very much, Maddie. Fantastic. All right. All right, guys, we are going to have one last speaker on this end of it, but don't worry, things are going to be fun down there as well. Miriam is going to speak now. Please put your hands together for her.
Hello everybody. Thank you that you came here on this sunny day when there is a lot of people doing something altogether more pleasant than standing here and listening to a lot of speeches. But we are here because we are in Australia, which is a free country, and we are free to do what we want. And this is what it's about. I hope we continue to enjoy our freedoms for years to come without being told what to do. I want to illustrate this by a little episode which occurred maybe half an hour ago right here at this very spot, and actually didn't garner any attention from probably 90% of people that were present here. Because it was just that, just the episode. It wasn't an incident or accident and didn't roll into anything else. Just over there on the left of us, or rather of me, on the right of you, there was a young couple walking by. Okay, they were just walking by. The girl was wearing a headscarf and the guy was wearing a so-called Palestinian flag over his shoulders. What happened? Nothing. Guess what? Nothing happened. It didn't attract attention, as I said, from probably 90% of people present here. Some people who were right next to them on the steps and on the left-hand side edge of the gathering, they looked at them and then they proceed their own way, crossed the road when the little man turned green, got on a tram and went their own way. And this is how it should be. This is what Australia was about. You have to be free to walk the streets without the fear of being accosted or assaulted. I have to actually congratulate that girl that was wearing the headscarf. She is free. I hope that she is wearing the headscarf because she chose to, not because she was made to. A lot of a lot of women who share the same face as her do not have that freedom. They are made to do things that they are told to do. Okay, she's free. She lives in Australia where she is free to walk the streets, to wear the headscarf if she chooses. She is free to study. She's free to have the profession that she chooses if she chooses to. She is free to access the health care. She is free to have the babies or not to have the babies. She is free to deliver them safely without dying in labor or losing their babies, losing her babies in miscarriages time after time after time, just because the work she has to do on a daily basis is so difficult that the woman's body is not able to cope with the pregnancy and the daily life at the same time. She's free to live and not to die under the chunks of rubble which fell onto her head during the earthquake and which happened to quite a few of women in Afghanistan, as you know, recently. They could not be saved, not because people couldn't get to them, but because the men who were doing the rescue were not allowed to touch the women, and the women died. I congratulate this girl because she is living in Australia where so far this can't happen. But it is up to us to make sure that it continues for the years to come and that we are free to live the life that we choose. Please remember, your freedom to wave the fist ends where the nose of your neighbor begins. I'm Israel High.
All right, guys, we're now just going to get some instructions on how we're going to be marching down to the State Library. So I'd like to invite Yakov back up here, who's just going to give you some instructions on how we're going to get down there.
Once again, thank you everybody for coming out. It's been amazing to see so many people come out and stand up together in face of the fear, in face of the terror, and not let it overrule our daily lives here in Melbourne, Australia. What we're going to be doing is going for a nice little leisurely stroll down to, as I said, another iconic area in Melbourne, which is a state library. Along the way, we'll see some beautiful architecture. We'll bump into a bunch of lovely Aussies. And let's just all go and have a good time. Please try to keep together in a group. Don't spread out too much. Thank you to Victoria Police for enabling us to go ahead with this march and for coming out and standing up for us and giving us our right to speak freely. So with that said, mate, you can be as loud as you want. We want everybody here to feel free to be themselves and stop hiding. We are one, but we are many, and we are together. Let's move out.
Okay, I'm going to catch up with the Lion of Zion now. He's just up ahead.
So apparently the Lion of Zion is making their way to the State Library, where hopefully everything will be peaceful, no violence whatsoever. Which is why I'm documenting this. Sorry. Is that a Halloween outfit or?
It's for the convention. We're not part of the protest. We're just trying to get to that convention.
Oh, what convention?
It's a PAX convention at the exposition center.
Oh.
So we're just happening with this.
So this is like, what is it, like anime, or was it?
Yeah, it's like a video game. It's a Japanese creator.
Oh, you mean the legendary Hiroshima who wrote Dragon Ball?
Did he write Dragon Ball?
I think it might be Ariko Toriyama or something.
You know, I don't think he wrote Dragon Ball. I think I would have known about that.
Okay. Well, it's nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Hey, is that Bucky Barnes?
No, it's Red Hood. Red Hood.
I mean,
really close, actually. He was like Batman, Bucky Barnes.
Yeah, I know. I'm familiar with Red Hood, the guy who was resurrected by the Lazarus Pit, and then goes on a full-on rampage through Gotham, tearing the world.
Pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna head
Hey,
back up here.
who do you think will win between Bucky Barnes and Red Hood?
Red Hood, man, of course.
That's because you're biased, or because I mean, Bucky Barnes got a middle arm, dude. Hey. Hey, you want to do that interview soon, or? Sorry.
Now?
I just.
Or maybe just wait, just stay somewhere.
I mean, I just need to catch my breath first, but but anytime you want, I guess, because we're into the State Library. So if you want to do it there, or you want, or you can
maybe
do it.
there is better. Isn't it just to stay and you can take breath because we're walking. Maybe it's not easy, huh?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're okay?
Yeah. So to summarize, a few weeks ago, I was at the Mashan Anini protest, right? The 3-year anniversary, I believe it was. So when you hear our stupid politicians saying that Iran is excellent for women's rights, what's your response to them?
Sorry. Say it again. What was the question? I missed that.
When our stupid politicians like Fatima Payman says that Iran is excellent for women's rights, what's your response to them?
Oh, absolutely, yes. For their rights, yes, absolutely. For those kind of women, yes, absolutely. There is right for them, but not for freedom and for human rights. Never, ever like that. Like, Cube Mahsa, I mean, it's just for her job. But something like a morality police. What does that mean, morality police? Nothing.
Okay.
They put compulsory on it.
Maybe we'll talk about this.
It's better, yeah.
Yeah, when we have less noise. Hey, could you hold this for me? I gotta put this back on.
Sure.
Thanks. Busy. All right, now. Hey, so this is Nick Patterson of the Peacemaker. Yeah, look, sorry I couldn't make it in time for your speech. You want to summarize what you said?
Yeah.
No, just that we're at a war. We're in a war with people that want to destroy our culture.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah, I believe you were there at the Defending Our Faith on, was it the 27th of, what month was it? August or September?
I can't remember now.
You guys also have another one coming up soon on the 26th?
No, on the 30th now, 30th of November.
Wait, what?
Yeah, 30th of November. That's the big one.
You mean the Put Australia First? But what about the one on the 26th out at Treasury Garden, 4 p.m. by Paul?
Oh, that's coming up this month. Yeah.
Yeah. So, just quick summary. What do you want? Is there anything?
It's not actually my event. I'm just going to be going to that event. So yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, on the 26th of October this month, we're going to have the Australian Against Anti-Semitism. Would you be there?
Yep, I'll be there. It's actually, they're merging two events together.
Yeah.
Paul Furlong was going to do a Christian event on the same day at the same time, so now they're merging them together. So it's just going to be a big Christian-Jewish event, an event for anyone who actually values our culture and doesn't want this Jew hatred to continue to spread.
Amen. Well, thank you so much. Just out of curiosity, okay, so that's at 4. When does it end? Because
I don't know those details.
Fair enough. Because I'll be live streaming the Australian Against Anti-Semitism, but I'm not sure if I have enough data to live stream the other one.
Yeah.
So I'll record it and upload it.
No, it's all going to be the one at the one. It's all merging at the one place.
So the Australian Against Anti-Semitism, that's going to be at Treasury Garden?
It's both events are going to be at the same place. It's going to be one super event.
Cool. And that's on the 26th, I believe. I believe Morgan C. Jones has an event on the 25th. In Revival Church about what do you teach my kids. Are you familiar with that one?
I did see that. I haven't looked that far ahead. I kind of take each day at a time, man.
Fair enough. And then there's the next week there's the March for Australia. Is that something you would be interested in, or?
I think I'm working that weekend. I'm away.
Fair enough. I'll be live streaming and recording everything. So yeah, that's
if I don't go, I'll be watching your live stream, mate.
Yeah. I was actually live streaming yesterday for the March of the Babies.
Yes.
So I asked some people. Okay. Yesterday I asked the pro-life warriors 3 questions.
You look really familiar, man. What's your name?
Nick.
Julian. Nice to meet you.
The first question is, are the unborn human beings? Yes?
Of course they are.
Are the unborn innocent?
Of course they are.
Are the unborn alive? Are the unborn alive?
So then begins at conception, mate.
So then, aren't those 3 good reasons to march for pro-life? They all said yes.
That's why we do it. That's why we're doing it.
And it's the truth. The unborn are innocent, they're alive, and they're human beings. What great cause is there than to stand up for those who are innocent?
The most innocent too, and the most defenseless.
Amen. Anyway, it was great to see you there. Sorry, I was just busy live streaming, talking and stuff.
Yeah, we do that every year. We support them.
It's not an easy battle, mate. Yeah, especially with Jacinda Allen and all these radical, like the Greens and the Victorian Socialists.
The world's full of so many demons now. It's so evil, and everything that's good is it's legislated against now. We'll do our best to keep it going, mate. Keep fighting the fight.
Hey, it's not an easy fight, but it's a fight worth dying for. I mean, like if there was ever a hill to die on, being pro-life and defending the lives of innocent children is definitely a hill I would die on.
Yeah, but we're not going to die. We're gonna live.
No, we're not going to die. We're going to be with Christ, because Charlie Kirk, right? The amazing Charlie Kirk, he was pro-life, he was pro-Jesus, and he was pro-truth. And the left couldn't debate him, so they ended up putting a bullet in him.
But that's the world we live in.
That just made us even stronger. What they don't understand is that the more they persecute us, the stronger we get, the resilient we get. Don't you think so?
Yep. Sure.
I mean, you've suffered so much persecution from the government, right? During the lockdowns and everything. Here you are still staying today. So when your children grows up, what would you tell them now so they can learn in the future?
I already teach them that. They're going to follow their conscience. and follow the light that's in them, that God put in them.
Not just your children, but children in Australia in general.
They need to learn who God is and who they are, and realise that they're Lord inherent value. They're made in God's image, and they have a divine potential to do things that God would have them do, whether it be courage, whether it be love, whether it be kindness. We have an incredible power within us, and in this world they want to dimmer that light, but our job is to let the light shine.
Well, thank you so much, Nick. Look, I wish we could have a more peaceful discussion, but with all the noise and everything around us, I can only assume how much I'm getting for this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anne.
I'll see you on the 26th, and yeah.
Thanks, mate. Well done, mate.
Also, if you're not too busy, there's the SJB St. Giovanni Fete on the 18th at my parish.
Okay.
So,
Just message me.
Yeah, I'll send you.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
I recorded his speech if you want it.
Pardon?
I recorded his speech if you want it.
Oh, cool. Sorry, the bloody trains has been giving me the runaround this morning.
If you want his speech, I've got it if you want it.
So, this is a Victoria police officer. Thank you so much for keeping us safe today. I know that crime is going up and up and up ever since the weak bail reform. So is there, as an officer of the law, what do you have to say against our politicians who are releasing these criminals again and again and again?
I'm not going to express my political views to you, mate.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just saying that, I've seen the violence and everything that's happening towards Victoria police officer. I'm very sympathetic to you guys for that, and I appreciate you guys doing your best to keep us safe, even when it's not easy.
Thank you.
So, look, back the blue, I say. But apparently that makes me fascist now for supporting police officers. So, am I a fascist for supporting officers?
I'll keep my opinion to myself.
Apparently, it's very unpopular these days to support 5 men and women in blue who put their lives on the line every day to arrest drug addicts, criminals, kids, crazy kids with machetes.
Get a microphone, buddy.
But that's what the left says. The left says all cops are bastards. I don't believe that. Some cops, maybe. But I would say the vast majority of police officers here are just trying to do their jobs. Are just trying to go home afterwards, aren't you? Mate, peace. And this is Victoria Police right there.
Here we go.
So we have riot police, we have general police officers. We have the peacemakers. You see, the only people who need to be afraid of police officers are violent criminals. If you're a violent criminal, you should be afraid of police officers. Okay? It's just our bloody politicians that let them go, like catch and release. This makes Victorians unsafe in our own homes. We don't want that. And that is, yes, that's, sorry, what's her name again? Shani Liu. Yes. That's the woman whose body was paraded half naked around Gaza after on October 7th. And not a single Palestinian condemned her or condemned Hamas on that day. They all celebrated. They all ran to the trucks and celebrated a half naked woman being dragged all across the Gaza, spat on. You see, this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with actual animals and terrorists, not to mention their supporters who support this. You want to talk about innocent children dying in Gaza? I'm happy to talk about that all day. But where are the innocent children to condemn this? Where? Did you see any Palestinians condemn her? And they want to talk about, oh, well, Israel's bombing. Look, buddy, if you paraded my my sister around Gaza half naked, I couldn't give a damn if your home got blown up. I'm sorry if it sounds offensive, but it's true. Ask yourself this. Ask anybody who supports Palestine, ask them this. Will they support a terrorist who would parade their half-naked sister up and down Gaza?
But they do.
They do?
Yeah.
But the question is why?
Because they're insane.
Mate, sanity has lost.
The hostages that are still there now, Eviatar.
Yeah, so the hostages.
Yeah, that are still there now, that we're hoping get released today.
Yep.
We'll be back home tomorrow. They're being starved to death as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can go online and look at Bring Eviatar Home. His family have done a whole Instagram account on him, so you can look him up and see exactly what has been done to him and how long he's been starved for.
I also saw hostages forced to dig their own graves.
Yes, that was
being malnourished.
Eviatar.
Yes.
Yes.
So my question is, like, what kind of sick people would support that?
Jew-hating, Israel-hating people.
Disgusting. Anyway, thank you so much for this conversation.
That's all right.
Can you just hold this so I can put this back on?
Yep.
It would be a lot easier if I just had a tripod. Oh wait, I do, but I just can't set it up now because I'm walking.
Yep, that's all right.
Honestly, I need to get myself a cameraman.
I know it would come in handy.
Unfortunately, I'm a one-man cameraman interviewer, so, you know. But, you know, someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
And look at that. You have the Iranian and the Israeli flag together, standing in solidarity. You know what I mean? Because the true people of Iran don't want the Islamic regime. They don't want their women to be suppressed. Isn't that right?
Yes, we don't want them. We don't want the mullahs. We don't want the mullahs. We don't want Islamic Republic.
Hold on. Hey, could you explain why we're Nazis? Why are these Jews Nazis?
Racist bitch!
And stick your Palestine
up your hole! You can stick your Palestine up your hole! You can stick your Palestine up your hole! Hey guys! Guys, move that way! Fuck Palestine!
Yes! Free Frankenstein! Frankenstein! Honestly. Holy shit! What's going on? What just happened? Pardon?
Just a bit of violence.
A bit of violence. I wonder from which side. It must be the one that attacked 27 officers last year, wasn't it?
It's too far ahead. What happened?
Okay, it looks like the march is moving on now. Victoria Police is doing their best to keep us safe.
Well spoken, mate.
Hey, thanks. Yeah. Look, I saw what happened. Have you watched the documentary Red Alert?
What's that?
Have you watched the documentary from Paramount Plus, Red Alert?
No, I haven't. No.
It's just released a few days ago,
Yeah.
on October 7th.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So yeah, I saw women and children hiding in their own homes from terrorists just outside.
I watched that. Yeah. Hey, good reference as well to that Mashni interview. That was disgusting. Saying it was all resistance.
Watch and see how they don't own the city anymore.
Mate, doing good work, mate.
Thanks.
הלב נלחם בדאגות
The problem with the left is that they can't define who a Nazi is. Anybody who disagrees with the left is automatically a Nazi, which is just disgusting and wrong. But let me ask you a question. If the same was done in the inverse, and anybody who supports the LGBT plus community was labeled a groomer, would that be acceptable? Obviously not, but this is the game they play. So the question is, why? Why do we let them? Why do we ask them? Because this kind of violent rhetoric, right, is what got Charlie Kirk killed.
Don't own the city anymore.
Right there, it says death to the IDF right there.
Take a holiday. Take a holiday to Gaza.
Yep, okay. We have an agitator. Oh, hey, Isaac, hold on. I'll reposition. Thank you.
We're back, baby! Maybe these fools should go get one of those free Qurans and see who the state of Israel belongs to.
If you're going to pick up a Quran, may I suggest reading Quran, Surah 4, verse 34. Please read it and ask yourself, how could you be a feminist? Or read Quran, Surah 2, verse 282. A woman's testimony is half of that of a man. Or better yet, read Quran, Surah 9, verse 29, where it forces Christians and Jews to pay the jizya with willing submission. That's right, it says to fight the Christians and Jews. Challenge me! Debate me!
Good. We don't know how to really piss them off, but we're going to show them how much we love this great country. Let's all sing this together, loud and proud.
Yes, and Israel was always going to be a Jewish land. For toil, our home is kept by sea. Our land about the nation's gift of beauty. Excuse me, sorry.
History's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Yes, I heard Jews.
And now another anthem we're proud to sing. Nefesh Yehudi Homiya
6 months later.
Mizrach Chadima Ayin Letzion Sophia
Every second person to turn around.
Thanks, officer.
שנות אלפיים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון ירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון ירושלים עם ישראל חי! עזי עזי עזי! עזי עזי עזי! 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 Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! And notice where the Aussies are. They're not there, let me tell you.
Where's your Australian flag?
Yes! Where's the Australian flag? I don't see a single Australian flag among the pro-Hamas supporters here. Where's the Australian flag, y'all? Do you see any Australian flags? Look, we got Australian flags there. We got Australian flags there. We got Aussie flags right there. Not a single Australian flag among any of you. Are you live? Okay. Can I? So far, I've been here for already like 5 minutes or so. I have not seen a single Australian flag in the pro-Hamas supporter side. Yet if you turn around, you got Australian flags right over there, there, and there.
אברהם יצחק ויעקב הוא יברך את חיילי תגנה לישראל העומדים המשמעת ארצנו ומגבול הלבנון והמדבר מצרים ומן הים הגדול ערבות הערבה ביבשה
Can you hold that? Hold it high. Stick your Palestine up your hole!
שבשמיים צור ישראל וגואלו אבינו אבינו שבשמיים צור ישראל וגואלו ברך ברך את מדינת ישראל ראשית צמיחת גאולתנו הגן עליה וברכתך וברוס עליה סוכת שלומך
אבינו, אבינו, שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו. אבינו, אבינו, שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו. ונאמר, ונאמר, עם ישראל חי כל הזמן! עוזי, עוזי, עוזי! עוזי, עוזי, עוזי! 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 עוזי, עוזי, עוזי!
Hey man, how's the footage?
Looking good so far?
Yeah. Hey, what's the battery life in your camera? I got
Do we wait them out now?
power back and everything. So, you know, you gotta be prepared when you go out. He says I'm gonna get copyright. Right now they're calling for genocide of the IDF. I'm just documenting this, so. No. First of all, thank you so much for doing a good job, keeping us safe from those people. I appreciate you. God bless you, officers. What rank is that, sergeant or sergeant? Love your work, sergeant. Thank you for keeping Victoria safe. I know it's not an easy job, especially under the political climate of catch and release. But we. Holy shakes! What's going on over there? What is going on? Hold on, something's happening. Looks like Victoria Police is moving away a suspect or somebody. What happened?
I have no idea. Somebody was trying to break in.
So yeah, I was just talking to an officer 5 seconds ago and I saw some officers running and I'm like, what's going on? So yeah, it looks like Victoria is trying to keep this area clear from the terrorist supporters. Hey man.
Missed you?
Same here, bro. Same here.
Do you know all the history about Israel? Are you the guy to talk to about that?
Yaakov is usually more expert. I know a brief history of the Israel. I know that from the Bible, it's like the 12 tribes of Judea, which formed into the kingdom of Israel under King David.
So like the starts of who owned the land, and to what date, and so how it
Okay,
got to Palestine
so
and Israel, and how much it get confused and
yeah, kind of. I mean, I know that there was a conquest of the land by the Muslim conquest. I know the land has changed hands. I know that the Crusades tried to take back the land, and then it was then reconquered again under the Ottoman Empire. And then during World War II, they lost control of it, so it falls into the British hands, which then put a British mandate to call it Palestine.
so
And
why
then-
did that girl down there, so that her grandparents were born in Jerusalem, or her great-great-grandparents, like,
I think that's because of the Ottoman Empire.
because it was Palestine at the time, correct?
Pardon?
It was called Palestine at the time.
Under the British mandate, yes.
But
that was like,
But then you can go and say it wasn't stolen, it was conquered, just like every other land in the world was.
I mean, Muslims have a long history of conquering lands. You
So
know?
the British and maybe America, if they conquered a few of the states, I think they did. So
Yeah, it was kind of like a weak. Okay, so America used to be a collection of states. It's like the term America, are a collection of states. That's what it was at the start. But then after the Civil War, it became is a collection of states. So it was referred to differently after the Civil War. But so this was the
is that the 4th of July?
I think the Civil War was because Abraham Lincoln wanted to abolish slavery, so that's why he was. But
Israel was and always will be Jewish land!
Amen!
Israel was and always will be Jewish land! Well, good for her!
From the Kingdom of Israel, 1047 BC. Do you want to talk about the history of the land, like the Kingdom of David? No, back off. I'm trying to have a conversation.
Yeah, no. But then we don't want that. So it's
Okay, fine. I'll back off. Okay.
yeah, it's just like everyone says. Please, we are not
So they can say whatever they want, but I can't respond.
No, but then they are not coming this way. So there is no confrontation required. Everyone can protest in peace.
Fine.
When we start talking, then it escalates. So we don't want that.
You want peace?
Yes.
I understand. Oh, what rank are you anyway?
Inspector.
Pardon? Inspector, nice to meet you. Your name's Arndt. Okay, well, I'm going to go back up there, or just walk along here. I don't understand. Why they don't want to talk about the history of Israel, like, the Kingdom of David?
That's the thing, because if they knew the history, they probably wouldn't be on the Palestinian side.
Wow! So the best way to de-radicalize these people is just teach them a bit of history?
Yeah, I completely believe that. 1-2 weeks to Israel and a history lesson will do the job.
I'm allowed to conversate. Listen, we have a right to free speech in this country.
Absolutely, everyone.
She's just trying to keep the peace, okay?
Palestine! Fuck Palestine! How does it end, lady? How does it end? Hamas doesn't want peace! How does it end? How? What does justice mean? How? Tell me how it ends!
The illegal settlement stop. You actually have legal rights for all people on that land.
Gaza had no Jews in 2023! It was a free state! Do you want that again? Palestine! Fuck Palestine!
You don't know what you want.
Yeah, I wish history does remember us.
I don't care about that. Just tell me how it ends. Please for the Gaza. Please for the Jews. How do you have it? You're king of the world for the day. How do you end it? Seriously, just think it through.
It's funny that in a genocide, apparently the population.
I'm listening.
Yes, I mean, explain to me. So Josh, Israel handed Gaza off to the Palestine. The population grew. How is that an ongoing genocide with the population increased?
You see, they just come up with ways to push their agenda. They don't know what they're saying. They're just sheep. They get told what to say.
Yeah.
As soon as you try and debate with them, they go quiet, or they say, "I'm not talking to you," or they just go into their free Palestine.
And okay, so another here, that lady up there is accusing Israel of committing a genocide. Okay, my question is, what kind of country tries to commit genocide while sending food and humanitarian aid to their enemies?
You see, you don't even have to go that deep. It's as simple as a genocide. Definition is getting rid of a population. The population grows, and it's still a genocide.
We're at peace now.
I mean, it's weird to me that Israel would go out of their way to warn civilians to clear the area. Why would Israel do that if they were trying to commit genocide?
Israel are still trying to minimize as much damage as they possibly could do, which is why they let humanitarian aid in. They notify people of where bombs are going to be dropped, or where Hamas operatives are operating from. They're still trying to preserve life. That's why they do it.
You know, I gotta say, if Israel is committing a genocide, it is probably doing the worst job in human history.
Yeah, man, I will say it openly. If Israel's intent is to be committing a genocide, they're fucking shit at it. Because That's not what I'm seeing. Thanks, Ed.
Come on, use your words, lady. Use your words.
Hold on. My question is this. She complains about justice. Is there any justice for the gays that are being killed in Gaza? Or what about the justice of the queers in Palestine? Not queers for Palestine. The ones being killed.
I want to get in her head. She's going to tell me how it ends.
Where are the justice for the LGBTQI plus people
I agree
in
with you,
Palestine?
but listen. Hamas don't want to end the war. So if Israel surrenders to Hamas, there's still a war on. If Hamas is defeated, it's all over.
Could you hold this for a second?
No worries.
I gotta put my microphone back on. So. Thank you. I do the best I can.
Every time we do something,
Okay, well,
we are going to be intentionally.
I know you're just trying to do your job, Inspector. So good luck, and yeah, I wish you the best of luck. Oh, and if I don't see you again, Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you.
Say, people on this side are friendly, are nice, and are Australian. People on that side, I mean, I question, like, are they even Australian? Because I don't see an Australian flag among them. They may be foreigners, for all I know.
And in our mind,
Thank you very much.
Hey, can I say something? Hey.
These are NPCs you're talking to.
Pardon?
You know when you're in a game, you talk to an NPC?
Yeah.
And they're like the same thing?
Yep.
They're NPCs.
Hey, can I ask something? Can I say something to those guys over there?
One or two.
Okay. So my question to the pro-Palestine over there. What would you do if you were terrified in your own homes by Hamas terrorists just outside? What would you do if Hamas...
I want to ask him a question.
Yes, of course. Ask questions away.
I want to ask you a question. Guys, are the people allowed in Iran or in Gaza protest against the government there? Who are you? Who are you supporting? Who are you supporting? You are supporting some terrorists. You are supporting dictatorship. Evil. No, they are worse than evil, believe me.
Okay, should I? Okay, so my question is, what would you do if your family was terrified in their own homes because Hamas terrorists was outside? What would you do if you were hiding among a mountain of corpses praying that Hamas doesn't find you at the music festival? What would you do if your country was attacked like on October 7th? Because I hear this many times, right? What should Israel do after October 7th? They don't seem to answer that question. Go ahead.
Excuse me. 1 second. I have a question. I can see that many LGBT plus people over there supporting Hamas and Iranian regime and so on. What would happen to you when you step for 1 hour in Gaza or Tehran? You will not survive this hour.
You want to ask him a question as well? But seriously, that's a question I ask. I asked these people. And the only answer I'm getting is that all Zionists are terrorists. Mate, I'm a proud Zionist. Your chance means nothing to me. It only makes me more proud. Do you think I'm going to get a response with them? I agree, they're filthy. You know, I asked them a genuine question. What would you do if your family was attacked?
Do you really want an answer? That's what I They're not. Is this recorded? I don't care. Listen,
Yeah, no, I'm recording, so.
You're a religious man, right? We have different religions, okay? But a religious man. You know that this is like a God battle.
Yeah, it's good versus evil. They're good, they're evil.
I just believe that this is the filth that God has allowed in this generation to fester to get good people to do what good people should be doing. And unfortunately for us, that starts with the Jewish people being better Jews, right? So that we can be a light unto the nations and inspire people like you, right? That's all this is about. And like I said in my speech before, like I enjoy, you know, I want to have an interaction with them, and I enjoy that. But that's not what's important. It's their filth. They're only there to serve a purpose of making us wake up. That's it.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm questioning, when was the last time these people took a shower? Like, jokes aside, you know, the question is, like, I do ask, that was a genuine question I was asking. What would you do if your family was terrified because they were terrorists?
They'll never give you an answer. They'll always justify it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They will. And it's like something popped up on my Facebook the other day, like in COVID it was like a bee and fly. And it's like 5 years ago. It's like the bee can never convince the fly that honey is good and shit is bad. It's the same now. I actually don't believe in engaging with them really at all. I'm just happy to talk.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I'm happy to educate good people and taunt bad people. You know, but I don't get them confused.
Fair enough. Amen.
Because otherwise you just get a headache. It's like, why are you not listening to me? Well, it's like you're the bee and they're the fly and they're like shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's more like the scorpion, the frog. You know, the frog knows the scorpion not sting him, but the scorpion are like, nah, we're good. And then halfway in the lake, the scorpion stings the frog and they both die. It's like the queers of Palestine.
That's right, but they're my enemy today, so I have to focus on them.
I mean, I don't want to make enemies, I just want the truth. But apparently, so, I gotta ask. So apparently, as a Zionist, I'm supposed to be paid $7,000 for my pro-Islam post.
Where's your money?
Where's my shekels? Well, like,
dollars, you know.
Where's my shekels, guys? I meant, like, apparently I've been telling the truth for free, but I'm supposed to be paid, so like, where's my paycheck?
God will pay you.
Yeah.
You understand, like, you know, those who bless Israel are blessed and those who curse Israel are cursed. Right? It is what it is.
Yep.
And it is what it is. I wonder how we're going to go home after. We're going to have to...
I gotta get across there to see my sister for the movie.
To all the people over there, have you ever asked yourself, why was the Iranian ambassador expelled from Australia? What possible reason could there be? Do we just think that, Tony Burke and all these made up there, that they all of a sudden change their mind, they don't like this anymore? Is that what we think it is?
Don't forget about the ISIS brides.
Well, 100%. What about people that slavishly devoted themselves to ISIS, ended their lives over here, flew all the way across the world to be able to take part in the ethnic cleansing of so many innocent people, particularly the Yazidis? And then those people feel like they can just come back here? I mean, if they do, should they be in prison? Should there be a reckoning? Or are we just going to accept more of this indoctrination within our own country? And I wonder, why is it that when a deal was signed to return the innocent hostages so savagely tortured, imprisoned, starved by those monsters that ruled Gaza, when we're excited that they're finally coming back home, that perhaps human life will have a chance to flourish in that part of the world again, why is it that Hamas is killing more of these Gazans? Why is Hamas killing more Gazans? Why? Why? I thought they're their people. I thought they're brothers and sisters. I thought everyone over here wanted to march in support of them. Maybe I thought wrong.
And don't forget, Greta Thunberg was returned twice back to Sweden. Why hasn't Hamas released the hostages once? All the hostages. Yes, Greta Thunberg did a little stupid stunt, tries to go to Gaza, you know, through a blockade. Oh, what's the second one was the flotilla? And Israel, what's the worst thing Israel's done? Gave her a sandwich and told her to go home the first time.
That's right. Forced her to watch a movie.
Oh my gosh! If that is torture, telling somebody to watch a movie, then what is Hamas doing?
As we gather to celebrate the sanctity of life of human beings, over there they have written glory to the martyrs. They praise the murderers. They look up to the terrorists. They think evil incarnate is something good. God forbid they should ever go to Gaza and find out what it's like there. Because this is not just about the hostages. It's about what they symbolize. the unbreakable spirit of a people who refuse to be defeated by terror.
Hey, who might think of a Palestine flag? Just good boys right here. Oh, that's
and
nice.
who sing
That's nice.
when the world tells them to be silent.
I'm not sure you want this back.
It's about the mothers who prayed, the children who hung posters of hostages and refused to take them down, and the soldiers who never stopped searching, never stopped fighting to free the innocent. And it's about the communities, Jewish, Iranian, Druze, and all who stood together and said, human life is sacred, every single life. We will remember what was lost, but we will also celebrate what endures. Because today, the story of the Jewish people and of all people who cherish freedom is being written once again. And it is a story of light triumphing over the darkness. And I have some bad news for our enemies. Our memories are strong, they are powerful, and they are long-lasting. We do not forget. But let's be honest, after so much sorrow, we deserve a moment of joy. We deserve music, laughter, dancing, hugs that last longer than words. We deserve to cry tears of relief, to sing songs of freedom, to raise our voices together and say, they are home.
Yes.
They are safe.
Yes.
And they are ours.
Yes.
Let the world see that after years of pain, we have not lost our humanity. That even after being surrounded by hatred, we answer with unity. That after all the fear and the division, we choose life.
I'm Julian, by the way. We haven't talked to that. Julian, nice meeting you. Name's on.
Today is a celebration of courage, of love, of community. A celebration of hostages about to return home, and of the human spirit that refuses to surrender to evil. Because we know something that Hamas, and dare I say maybe some of those guys, never understood. You can imprison bodies, but you can never imprison the human soul. So despite everything we've gone through, we will celebrate with joy, with pride, and with the music of freedom in our hearts. We will dance for those that are coming home. We will sing for those that still wait. And we promise that together that we will never again allow hate to drown out hope. Because after two long years of darkness, the light is coming home. Am Yisrael Chai!
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 Chai!
Am Yisrael Chai!
Am Yisrael Chai!
Am Yisrael Chai!
Chai!
Am Yisrael Chai! Am Yisrael Chai! Odi, odi, odi! 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 Odi, odi, odi! Odi, odi, odi! Odi, odi, odi! 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 Odi, odi, odi!
want to give a big thank you, a special thank you to the boys in blue who've come out, stood against the elements, stood against the haters, put themselves on the line in order to keep free speech available for everyone. Thank you very much, we really appreciate it. The cooperation today was unseen before in these last 2 years, and it's really deeply appreciated. So thank you very much.
Hey, where are we going now? Fun?
I think we're going back to the other place. I think a lot of people have got cars up here that way. I think we're going home. Do you not want to go home?
I have to go across the road to my sister.
You want an escort?
I'm not sure. I mean, my sister told me to meet her at Melbourne Central at 3:40.
She got a phone?
What?
Does she have a phone?
Yeah, she has a phone and everything.
Nice to meet her wherever else we're going.
I mean, I could go to the library there and then wait for the crowd to die out. So. Hey, so Nick, you want to talk?
I'll give you 1 second. Yeah, Genesis 49 is
Well, Isaac, it's great seeing you, mate, but I gotta get to Melbourne Central to meet my sister, because I said it on the WhatsApp that I'm seeing her to see the movie Tron over there, so I gotta figure out.
Ask a policeman to escort you, man.
Okay, fine.
I'm just worried for you, yeah?
Yeah, okay. So,
one sec, I'll get one for you.
Okay, so this is the third part. As you can see, Victoria Police is definitely trying to keep us safe.
Yeah, it's good, it's good. I'm Thompson.
No, just tear it off. Thank you for cleaning up Melbourne.
Okay, moving out. She can't go at the market because any hater.
Yes, thank God Trump won. Because without Trump, we wouldn't have this peace deal.
Don't worry.
Sorry, you want to get through? Just behind you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, just watch my step. Okay, so I'm apparently with the Lion of Zion now.
They don't have any hijab and they're supporting Gaza and Hamas. I can't believe it. If they go in there, the Hamas will be kill them. And they're looking for freedom from Australia.
Thank you. So we're obviously heading back now, right? To Parliament.
Legion of Peace. Very peaceful.
Pieces, you mean? But yeah. All right, let's just get off the road.
Guys, off the street, off the street.
Guys. Hey Yakov, do you still have my flag?
Hey, look, there's the Australian against anti-Semitism on the 26th. I'll see you there. Hopefully you bring my flag.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sorry I'm a bit late today. Bloody trains is just...
A lot of people came late because of like the traffic.
Yeah. So, you know, I have to see my sister soon. So, is there a way I can get around the pro-Hamas supporters over there?
Well, we're heading towards
Parliament House?
Parliament Steps again. And
what are you doing?
Bye, go home. Go home, terrorist supporter.
take a shower.
Yeah.
Didn't we pass dog grooming places down?
I mean, asking them to take a shower is like asking the asking them to, well, what's the correct analogy I'm looking for here?
Sorry, I'm just going to look up the we slow down just to let your guys catch up because we've got enough to...
Yeah. Okay, behind you.
Behind you.
What is marching for?
Just keep walking,
Go
come
across
on.
the road, mate.
Yeah, careful. The pro-Hamas
Have we got
supporters
everyone?
tend to attack anybody who's not on their side. It's like in one of those situations, if you're not with us, you're against us. How do you deal with that? I get it. You don't want to be political.
It's kind of walking.
Come from the Melbourne. Most of the city.
Do we continue walking or do we just...
Just give us a minute. How are you?
Slower pace, so just so we've got enough.
Okay. Okay. I'm Israel. Okay. Yeah, so I was actually hoping I could do an interview with you, Yakov, about Christians living in Israel. So, Christians living in Israel have full equal rights under the law. Is that correct?
Correct.
And there's, like, they say that there's apartheid, but I haven't seen any example of apartheid. I looked at a website, but they tried to claim that Palestinians are Israel, even though they're two different countries. This is like saying that Mexicans are Americans, which is not true because Mexicans are from Mexico and Americans are from America. So why do they conflate Palestine with Israel?
I think the bigger question is, when talking about Palestine, I'd like to see it on the map.
We might have one person that just went around the corner.
So like, when talking about countries and like an apartheid this and apartheid that, so South Africa had a very clear apartheid, very clearly against specific peoples who they themselves were South Africans now. If I'm supposed to believe that these are Palestinians, then that means they're not Israelis and not citizens. So why should we give them the exact same rights as Israeli citizens? Many of them, for example, in East Jerusalem, have the option. They are given the option and a fast-track way to become citizens, yet they choose not, because they do not want it. So you're telling me that we're supposed to give the rights as a citizen, not as a civilian, as a citizen, to a people who don't want the citizenship?
That's a good question.
Does a non-citizen in Australia have the same rights as an Australian citizen?
I would say no, because they don't get because non-Australians shouldn't be voting in our election. And that's just a simple basic fact, 101. Look, you can come to Australia if you want. That's not a problem. If you apply legally and as a tourist, you're welcome. But there's a difference between a citizen...
Stragglers that got stuck the other way. Let's just wait here for a second.
A bit forward, like...
So, like I...
Fine, but I'm just in general.
Yeah. So, like I said, there's obviously a difference between a non-citizen and citizen. A non-citizen can visit a country peacefully. That's fine. That's what America loves tourism for. But when it comes to Palestine, their visit tends to involve bloody knives and suicide bombings. So why is that?
Well, if we want to talk about these people that are taking on this identity called Palestine, it's a very interesting thing because they were accepted with open arms into Jordan, into Lebanon, and into Egypt. Guys, hold up, hold up. Are we waiting?
Yeah, YouTube. I'll upload the full video onto YouTube.
So, interesting fact, right? I'm not sure about if we add this war in or not, but Jordan in one night killed more Palestinians in Jordan than Israel has in all its wars, maybe excluding this one.
Interesting.
So, and why did that happen? Because they weren't happy just to go there and be like, okay, thank you, you welcomed us, we'll be part of the society. No, they tried to overthrow the king. They tried to overthrow the government. Something similar happened also in Lebanon, where they've taken over under the name now of Hezbollah. And until they got their ass severely beaten recently, they were trying to take over the whole place, and they controlled everything. The military there was unable to act because they were stronger than the military. So,
are you talking about the pager with the Hezbollah bombings?
About all of it.
Yes, because I think Israel is one of the best countries in the world. Like I said, I think the Pagers operation took out a lot of Hezbollah's terrorists and leadership. So, I think Israel has capability and has demonstrated that. That's why I support Israel. But even when Israel does good, they still condemn Israel, which is confusing because when you have the most precise, strategic strike on a terrorist organization, they defend it. Mate, I know operations that have caused massive civilian casualties, US operations that have caused massive civilian casualties, and yet George Bush and other presidents weren't prosecuted. So why is that? In fact, Barack Obama has bombed a lot of children during his career. They never talk about his, Romam Abdul-Laki? Yes, a 16-year-old American that was killed in a civilian cafe at a country they're not at war with.
What? Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just talking. I like talking. Talking is good. Talking is better than fighting. But I honestly, yeah. Let's see. Time is 3:05. If I get to Parliament Station, I could probably get from Parliament Station to Melbourne Central.
Want to go to Melbourne Central?
I have to see my sister. She's already booked tickets and everything.
Good luck.
So, yeah.
Not the friendliest area right now.
So, I'm guessing you're heading home after this?
Yeah, I got a couple family things on.
Fair enough, fair enough.
It's a good day out.
Yeah. Like I said, sorry I'm late. Train's bloody, ugh. But after the movie, I'll probably eat dinner, with my sister. And then, yeah. It's funny though, because
Essentially, we're going to be all
Is that you or the car? Hey.
Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You're looking and you're going, oh my goodness, they're screaming all of that. And look what's going on in Nigeria, the Congo, Algeria, where actually Christians have been fully targeted.
Yep, there is an active genocide.
Active genocide, and nobody's saying a word. Even the news, not even on the news.
I mean,
It's on Twitter and X, but you know, these people they don't want to listen to different opinions. That's why they remove themselves from social media. And I'm like, what? But now they developed their own echo chamber called Blue Sky. It's funny though, because if you know, like they have a gendering policy and stuff like that there, and death threats and communists. It's just so full of communist stuff that if you disagree, or you write yourself MAGA or something, bang, you're gone. Are we there yet?
It's a bit like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Next street and then to the right.
Okay.
Just at the top of the buses. Yeah, beautiful.
Great, because I'll just take a train back to Melbourne Central to meet my sister. No, I mean I literally have to meet my sister.
Melbourne Central?
Yeah, at 3:40.
I'll just take a train, yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way I can get through those Palestine crowd.
We're good.
Well, like I said, thank you very much, police officers, for keeping us safe today and yesterday. Yesterday was the March of the Babies. Victoria Police did a great job. And, you know, what I'm going to say is I pray for your safety, I pray for your family, and Merry Christmas to you officers. You see, us Christians, we've become so super tolerant that the only thing we want for our enemies is for us to live in peace, for them to live in peace. Which is weird.
Everyone to come together, please.
Thank you, you're amazing.
All right, so that's Parliament Station right there. Just gonna catch a train to get to Melbourne Central. Yes, I agree. Hey, Yakov. Okay, so step 15 of Trump's peace plan is to de-radicalize Palestinians and to teach them tolerance. Do you think the LGBTQI plus people, or the drag queens for queers for Palestine, or gays for Gaza, could teach them about tolerance? Like, would you say that teaching, like, letting drag queens read to children be a good idea for their tolerance, for de-radicalization?
The first step for anybody to be changed to being tolerant is to be open-minded and open-hearted. And when you've got people who are so tunnel-visioned on their hate and they're so close-minded on their division, and they base their existence off of saying that others demonize them and others subject them and all that, well, you can't exactly have a very positive talk with those kinds of people, and they're not going to be very open to accepting others, because to them it's not about them accepting somebody, it's about everybody has to accept them. There's no mutual involvement, and for respect to exist For respect to exist, there has to be a mutual respect.
Fair enough. I think the LGBTQI plus mob would definitely like to teach them some tolerance, in my opinion.
I wonder how they would be accepted.
Maybe one of those roof parties would be a good place.
It's actually.
Anyway.